There's a specific pattern showing up in the routines of mothers who've successfully monetized from home. And it's not what most content suggests. It doesn't involve waking up earlier. It doesn't require redesigning your entire day. And it certainly doesn't depend on finding large blocks of uninterrupted time. What it does involve is a shift in how time itself is categorized. Most mothers operate inside a framework where time is either available or unavailable, free or occupied, productive or wasted. But the mothers building sellable digital assets from home are working with a completely different structure. They've stopped asking when they'll have time and started asking what kind of time they already have. Because not all time serves the same function, and not all tasks require the same cognitive load. The mistake isn't lacking time. It's mismatching task type to time type. There are 3 categories of time that exist inside most domestic schedules: generative time, assembly time, and residual time. Each one has a specific function, and each one supports a different stage of asset creation. Generative time is where the core thinking happens. It's when you design the structure, outline the framework, decide what the asset will actually do. This doesn't require hours, it requires clarity. And it shows up in short windows, often while waiting, or right after a task ends. Assembly time is where you build the thing. You write the guide, record the template, format the checklist, create the resource. This is longer, more focused, but it doesn't need to be unbroken. It just needs to be repeatable. Residual time is everything else. The 5 minutes between pickups, the 20 minutes while dinner cooks, the window after bedtime but before collapse. Most mothers dismiss this time entirely, but it's where distribution happens. Where you upload, schedule, organize, refine. The mothers who've built consistent income streams from home didn't find more time. They stopped treating all time the same. They mapped their actual day, identified which windows were generative, which were assembly friendly, and which were residual. Then they assigned tasks accordingly. No force, no guilt, just alignment. And that alignment is what allowed the asset to get built. Not in one sitting, but in segments that matched the time available. Most advice tells mothers to carve out dedicated creative time, to protect it, guard it, treat it as sacred. And while that sounds empowering, it's also completely impractical for most domestic realities. Because domestic time doesn't operate in blocks, it operates in fragments. And if you're waiting for a 2-hour window to appear, you're not building anything, you're just waiting. The shift happens when you stop resisting the fragmentation and start using it. When you realize that a 15-minute window can hold a complete task. If the task is designed for 15 minutes, that's where the system comes in. The mothers who've done this successfully don't just work with available time. They pre-design their tasks to fit the time structures they know they'll have. If they know mornings offer 10-minute windows, they break their assets into 10-minute components. If evenings give them 30 minutes of focus, that's when assembly happens. If midday offers scattered 5-minute gaps, that's when admin tasks get cleared. This isn't about efficiency for its own sake. It's about removing the emotional friction that comes from constantly feeling like you don't have enough time. Because the truth is, you do. You just haven't structured the work to match the time you actually have. And this is where most mothers stall, not because they lack ideas, not because they don't know what to build, but because they're trying to execute a traditional work model inside a non-traditional time structure. Traditional work assumes continuity. It assumes you can start something and finish it in one session. But motherhood operates in loops. Tasks get interrupted, resumed, paused again. And if your asset creation process requires uninterrupted flow, it will never get done. The solution isn't to fight the interruptions. It's to design the asset in a way that interruptions don't break it. That means modular construction. Each section is self-contained. Each step can be completed independently, and progress doesn't depend on memory or momentum. This is why templates work so well for mothers building from home. not because they're easy, but because they're segmented. A template can be outlined in one session, drafted in another, refined over days, and assembled whenever focus allows. The same applies to guides, checklists, frameworks, video scripts, any digital asset that can be broken into repeatable components and then reassembled without requiring the creator to hold the entire structure in their head at once. Because cognitive load is real, and it increases when you're managing both the assets and the household. If the work itself requires you to remember where you left off, to reconstruct your thinking every time you return, you're adding unnecessary resistance. The mothers who've built this successfully have removed that resistance. They document as they go. They leave breadcrumbs for themselves. They treat their own process like a client handoff. So when they return, even days later, they know exactly what comes next. And that's the part most content skips, the structural thinking. The assumption is that once you decide to build something, the execution is straightforward. But execution is where most mothers lose traction, not because they're incapable, but because the process wasn't designed for their reality. So the question isn't whether you have time. It's whether the asset you're building has been structured to fit the time you actually have. And if it hasn't, that's not a time problem. That's a design problem. Most mothers are trying to build in a way that worked for someone else. Someone with different constraints, different rhythms, different support. And when that method doesn't translate, they assume they're the problem. But the method is the problem. And the fix is simpler than most expect. It starts with mapping your actual week. Not the ideal version, the real one, where generative windows show up, where assembly time exists, where residual gaps appear. Then you assign tasks to those windows, and you build the asset in the order your time allows. Not in the order a course told you to. Not in the order that sounds most logical. In the order that matches your domestic structure. That might mean you write the introduction last, or design the framework before the content, or batch all formatting into one residual session. It doesn't matter what order it happens in, as long as it happens. And once the asset is built, the same system applies to distribution, to client communication, to product updates. Because this isn't just a creation method, it's a sustainability model. The mothers who've turned this into recurring income didn't just build one thing and stop. They built a process that allowed them to keep building, without burning out, without resenting their time, without feeling like they were constantly behind. And that process is what most content never teaches. Because most content is written by people who don't operate inside domestic time structures, who don't manage interruptions as a baseline, who don't need to design around fragmentation. But you do, and that's not a disadvantage. It's just a different set of parameters, and once you stop trying to override those parameters and start designing within them, the asset gets built, not because you found more time, but because you stopped wasting the time you already had, trying to force it into a structure it was never going to fit. This content is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or professional advice. Always consult a qualified professional before making decisions related to income generation or business planning.